£4.99 indeed. Never heard of such a number for a house. Yes? Forgive my boldness, sir, but wooden leg or no wooden leg, you are this child's last surviving relative. Her father named you as guardian in his will.
Yeah, I don't dispute that. I merely point out that this house is a shrine to paleontology. There's no corner in it for a small girl or her nurse.
We require 2 rooms, that is all. Some of these stones could go to a museum.
My fossils? In a public museum?
This has got nothing to do with fossils. If you don't want the child, you should say it straight out.
But she'd be miserable here.
My parents are dead. I'd be miserable anywhere.
Smilodon popularis. Why don't you just stick a knife in my heart?
They're all magnets for dust, and that big cat was plain unpleasant.
It's a saber-toothed tiger, Nana.
Yeah, look at that.
Armadillo skeleton.
I keep a pack of women in this house. There isn't one of them about anywhere when they're wanted.
Oh, darling, gone. We weren't expecting you.
Oh, ship sank. Iceberg.
If you don't mind me asking, sir, what have you got in the bag?
Surprise.
Let's hope it's not another fossil.
The world is full of entrancements, woman. Not all of them are made of stone.
A baby?
Found it. Floating on a lifeboat. Both parents drowned. Awful bloody shame.
A baby? Appearing just like that, what will people say? Have you no regard for your great niece's reputation?
Well, I'll put a notice in the Times. Professor Matthew Brown adopts entirely unrelated child.
But come on.
I thought women liked babies.
They like babies that are in good order. Babies with names.
Oh, well, I thought perhaps Pauline.
And surnames.
Fossil.
And it's not as though we'd got an empty room to put her in.
You don't mind, do you?
Come, I came here with nothing once.
That's the spirit.
Where are you actually going?
It's Siberia. I'll bring you back a souvenir.
No, not another one.
Red Cross Hospital outside Vladivostok. Mother died when it was born.
What about the father?
Salt mines. Worked to death. Awful bloody end. Yet they called it Petrova. Needs feeding up a bit.
It's to be hoped this one has brains. It's easy to see he's going to be Miss Plain in my nursery.
Dearest niece, another small fossil from your great-uncle Matthew.
Daughter of a dancer. Mother has no money and no time for her offspring. She sends a pair of ballet shoes enclosed.
It says, I regret not delivering the child myself, but I ran into a friend about to leave for the Galapagos. There's enough money in the bank to last you for 5 years. P.S. Child's name Posy. Unfortunate, but true.
Ballet shoes, indeed. Change of clothes would be more useful. Or a feeding bottle. To the little fossils.
Turquoise for Pauline, pearls for Petrova, coral for Posy.
Make the most of it. It'll be the last we hear from him for quite some time.
I bet Gum had a car. Only a man with a car would have bought a house at the far end of the longest road in London.
Garni said he used to come and go in taxis. Wish we could.
I'd be happy if they let us get the bus.
The Professor may have had his faults, Petrova. Might I remind you he had but the single leg. You 3 have got a full pair each, so you can save the penny and walk and be thankful. The Rockefeller family, we are not.
At least you get to go to school.
I still have to do lessons with Garni and take an extra walk at lunchtime every day. If I have to look at the dolls' houses in the museum one more time, I shall be sick.
That's enough, Miss Madam.
All over my outdoor shoes. Then I shan't be able to go anywhere.
We've had more fuss from Miss Posey about her education. Cromwell House is out of the question, isn't it?
It's not just that I can't send Posey to Cromwell House. I'm having to take the other two away. I have to give notice to Clara. There's no money left. Nothing in the bank at all. I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologising? Not news.
Isn't it?
Been looking through situations vacant in the papers.
I didn't think you'd notice.
I brought you up. Notice everything.
The trouble is, Nana, unless somebody advertises for a paleontologist assistant, I'm not qualified for anything.
There's a way around everything if you stop and think.
I finished my fractions.
Already? They were the hardest in the book.
She'll have to sit there quietly with her magazine. You can't be setting any more sums. You've got to go to Selfridges and get those eiderdowns.
Petrova, darling, would you go? You're only reading.
Good afternoon.
I like your car. How are you finding the acceleration?
Terrific. 0 to 40 in about 3 minutes. Is your mother at home?
Oh, we haven't got a mother. It's all right. You don't have to say you're sorry.
How do you do? I've just come about the room.
Oh, do come in. Forgive me, I was trying to clean a fireplace.
I don't know how long I'd stay. I've only just got back from Kuala Lumpur.
Well, there's no minimum agreement.
This is nice. Put photographs on here.
Good afternoon. Have you come about the rooms?
With particular regard to shells and smoking. I'm Dr. Smith. This is Dr. Jakes.
Do come in.
Rather smart. Very nice aesthetic. Come in.
Nana said you might need this.
Oh, how kind. Thank you, my dear. Well, we both had lengthy careers in academia. It all adds up to quite a lot of books.
Most of them hers.
I specialised in Shakespeare. Dr. Smith is a mathematician.
Where do you go to school, child?
We don't. Garni, our guardian, teaches us from home.
Good God, that must be dull.
Although it is quite an adventure, having relatives by accident. Such a unique name.
Fossil. I suppose it is.
I always thought Smith was such a beast of a moniker. Try doing anything remarkable with that.
And heredity is such a burden. I mean, if I made the name Jakes worthwhile, people would think it was because of my grandfather. Who knows what you three might achieve?
You ought to try to do something for your country. Fossil looks splendid in the history books.
What do you think she meant by history books? I'm not sure. I suppose they meant giving some sort of service to our country. We ought to make a vow. A vow?
To our country.
A promise. To ourselves. Like this. Put your hands on mine. We three fossils vow to put our name in the history books, because it is uniquely ours and ours alone, and no one can say it's because of our grandfathers. We vow. We vow. We vow. Posey! Ow! You didn't do. What's that?
I shall be out every day from 8 till 7:30. I bathe 3 times a week and I never eat breakfast. Oh, sprung floor. Was this a ballroom? Not while I've been living here. you like to dance too, dear? Perfect. Go on, more the merrier. Tango. Here, little boy. Come on, it's going to be fun. I will take this room on one condition. Oh, please, just let them audition. I've been on the staff of the Academy for years, and I cannot recommend the place enough. I can't afford the fees, Miss Dane.
Madame Fedeli is a refugee from Russia. The revolution completely did for her. She'd been such a favourite of the Tsar. She has a history of taking on girls from impoverished homes. She trains them for nothing and then takes 10% of their earnings when they work.
They'd be sent out to work?
As soon as they're old enough to have a licence.
But I don't want the children going on the stage. And I'm quite sure that Nana doesn't either.
Whilst I don't care for Miss Dane casting aspersions on this home, you might say that Posey's bound to dance anyway, given that she came with her own little ballet slippers. Pauline does nothing but look in mirrors and recite, and as for Petrova, all she thinks about is aeroplanes and engine parts. Been trying to turn her into a lady for the past 10 years and got nowhere. So if this Madame Folderol
Bedolia
proves willing to try, I would let her.
Miss Brown, we request a consultation.
Now.
The fact of the matter is, my dear, we very much doubt whether you are qualified to teach those children.
But I'm very well grounded in natural science, and I've got my school certificate. I did consider the school at the top of the road, but...
You can't send them there. They'll get lice.
In my opinion, entirely.
Frightful accents.
Which wouldn't help their chances in the theatre at all.
My dear, life can be a surprising affair, as Dr. Smith and I found out. We both felt that we should retire, but find that we are unsuited to a life of idleness, and more to the point, we miss our teaching. We should very much like to coach the girls.
All-round education, specialising in mathematics and literature. The children will be prepared to take their school certificate and matriculation. No charge, ours to suit. What do you think?
I don't know what to think.
Well, do you want your charges educated?
And you want them trained to earn a living.
I want both. The world isn't kind to girls who can't support themselves.
Careful!
Come on!
Their legs in the street.
Do they look smart, Nana?
No, but they look neat. Petrova, will you at least try and smile? I swear the face on that child will stop a clock.
And shuffle, shuffle, hop, step, tap. Shuffle,
There it is.
hop, step, tap. Head up, Julia.
Should we knock, do you suppose?
So gloomy.
Ah, the Fossil sisters.
How do you do? I'm Pauline.
No. All my pupils, morning and night, before or after class, whenever we meet, they say Madame and curtsy. So.
Madame.
Which is Petrova?
Me.
You are Russian.
Yes.
You speak Russian, but you feel Russian.
Actually, she's always said she couldn't feel more British.
You are the first compatriot of mine to come to my academy. I will make wonderful artist of you. You must be posing.
Madame.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And smile! Smile! You don't see Shirley Temple with a creepy face.
Moment. To center, if you please. I think polka, Mrs. Davis.